I say start streaming. All right. I believe we're live. Per usual, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna post in the Facebook group. It's been a minute since I've gone live, and I want people to know. So thank you for your patience. My phone's about to die. Dang it. I need to be better about charging my phone. Switch profiles. If you're watching this not live, thank you for watching. We're going to just be answering some questions, hopefully some more beginner questions, but if you are a beginner and you're tuning in, you might hear some advanced questions. I don't know. It's just helpful to listen to some of those little pieces of information. What's good, Bryce? Try not to type too loud. My microphone's right next to my keyboard. I am just going to post in the group real quick. Posted. I'm not a huge fan of the thumbnail for this live, but what are you going to do? I had to throw it together really quick. All right. What's up, Zach? What's up, Taylor? Nice to have you guys. If I do lives, I'm trying to do them later so that more people can join them. Most of the times when I do a live, I prefer to do it around like lunch or in the morning, but most of the time people are busy. Zach owns my day's great so far. Been getting some normal business stuff done. I was hoping to make a video today that will release tomorrow so that I wouldn't have to record it in the morning, but I don't know if that's going to happen because I don't have the information that I need for it. It's for FBMFOX, as you guys know I talk about sometimes, and supposedly they're changing some stuff up. And it's releasing tomorrow, so I was hoping to make a video tonight about that, but again, I don't have all the info. So, I'll have to make it in the morning, most likely. My dog is outside just yelling right when I get on live. He's going to have to stay. He's going to have to stay outside. I don't know what to tell him. All right. What's up? I did a little share here and a little share there. Nice. Nice, Rihanna. Thank you. Okay. If you got questions, ask away. It doesn't have to be about dropshipping. It doesn't have to be about Facebook. I do not care. You can ask me whatever, or we can talk about dropshipping, of course, which is more likely going to happen. I didn't plan on doing a live today, but here we are. Taylor, you just started, and it's been a rough ride. Yeah, right now, if you start right now, it probably has been a rough ride. Because I feel like there's way less consistent results people are getting, so when you start, it's kind of hard to know what exactly you're going to get. So we'll see. What part of Kansas are you from? I'm from Wichita, Kansas. At least that's where I grew up. How do you handle people wanting to return an item? It depends. I do have a couple of videos, or at least one, about returning items. But it depends on what it is. Like, why does somebody want to do a return? Because if they want to do a return because they just don't like it, and it's been a little bit, then I don't know. That's not really a good reason. I've sold 16 things. They're just starting to arrive at houses. Nice. So do you have somebody actually wanting to do a return, or are you just like anticipating the possibility of a return because you're doubting yourself? It happens. Nice. I'm from Garden City. If you ever, yeah, I've heard of Garden City. I don't know if I've ever been there, but I definitely know about Garden City for sure. Yes. I know there is a delay here from me talking, so when I ask a question, your answer usually comes way later. I have somebody wanting to return. Okay. Okay, was the item broken? Or I'm assuming they just don't want it. Or they're like, wasn't what I thought. If they just got it and they want to do a return, it does suck, especially when you just start. But it all depends on like where the item's from. Like for me, I mainly use Amazon, so if the item's from Amazon, I go in and process a return as if it was my own, and then I forward all that information to the customer. Oh, okay. I don't do that, Taylor. For those of you who maybe aren't seeing the chat, she's Taylor, or she or he. I don't know which one you are. Taylor, I already refunded them back, not expecting to get the money back. Okay. It wasn't what they thought. Or get the item back. Okay. So, Taylor, in the future, what I would do, in my last video, it's kind of tough because when I make a video, I have to make a thumbnail and a title that's very specific. But, of course, as the YouTube guy, I encourage you guys to watch my videos, even if you don't think they apply to you, because I put a lot of information in those videos that doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what the thumbnail or the title says. And in that last video, I talk probably more than I should have about processing a return. It was about scripts and what to say to customers, and in that I kind of also map out how I handle customer returns, just coincidentally. Thank you, Taylor. But so what I do, you don't have to go back and watch that video right now. I'm about to talk to you about it. What I do is when a customer wants to return something, I actually, and let me pull up the script. I have it downloaded still from when I made the video, so let me just pull it up. And I can probably even put it in this damn thing. In the window. Let's see. Let's add a window capture. Okay. Sweet. All right. So I am going to put this up. Item out of stock, arrived broken, supplier. Okay. Let's just assume it's kind of the same thing as the arrived broken part. So let me. I know this is looking weird, but let me just kind of put myself in the corner here. All right. Sweet. So you don't have to do the oh no, this is unacceptable part, but you basically I do something like this. I will say like, okay, no problem. Let me take care of that for you. So sorry if it's not what you expected or whatever the reason is. You don't even have to address that if you don't want to. Let's just move on and get this out of your life. So I say, all right, cool. Usually with my supplier, they have you return an item, and then once it shows returned, I can either refund or send out a replacement. The reason I do this, and I'm not looking at the chat, so if you guys are like, Cameron, we already know, I'm not looking at yet, so because I don't want to interrupt myself. But what this does is it incentivizes them to return the item so that you also get your money back. So hopefully it just becomes a wash. So in the future, I would tell them like, okay, cool. Like, take their side, be like, sweet, process a return, give them the return information. So usually it's a shipping label, or UPS can just pick it up from their house or their porch. I usually give them the closest drop-off location if they have to physically take it somewhere, like a UPS or a Kohl's or something like that. And then once I get the confirmation from Amazon or wherever that my money's being refunded to me, that's when I refund them on Facebook. So, and I add that I will update you once I have a solution, because usually it takes me a little bit to get that information back. And yeah, that's how I handle that stuff. Hopefully that's helpful. Okay, let me get back to the chat. Corey, I only sell items that cost me like $15 max. I have only had one person need to return something because the item arrived missing some stuff. I just told them to keep it and refunded them. Yeah, that's one of the benefits. If you have enough volume, which it doesn't take much volume at that point, for those of you watching, if you have cheaper items that you sell, then every once in a while taking a loss and just refunding the customer right away isn't that big of a deal. But when you just start, it can really suck. That's actually the exact same thing I did. It was a $15 item too. Taylor. Perfect. So if you can take the loss, cool. But a lot of people, again, when they just start out, they're not really in the mood to lose out on any money. I know I wasn't, at least. Okay. I feel like since the things I sell are more inexpensive, most people don't even bother wanting to return. That's true. What's up, Lawrence? I haven't caught a live in a minute. To be honest, Lawrence, I haven't done a live in a minute, so you probably haven't missed anything. Cameron, have you tried Amazon KDP? To be honest, Corey, I don't know what that is, so no. Now I got to Google stuff here on my live. Amazon KDP. What is that? Oh, Kindle Direct Publishing. If that's what you're talking about, no. I have not done that, but I've definitely thought about it. All right. Taylor, that's great. Totally makes sense. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right. Are you still dealing with low view glitch? Yes. Well, I'll just say yes. Yeah, I barely have any views going on right now. And it's really killed my motivation to list in general. So I tell you guys this every video. I need to list. I just need to list. I honestly don't know when the last time I even listed an item was, to be fair. But it hasn't changed. Thanks, Corey. All right. Has anyone gotten past the 0 views? So I am compiling a list of things that I basically theoretical solutions to the no views for people who have gotten past it, for people who just aren't experiencing it and what their best practices are. And I plan on making a video sometime soon that is just kind of, it's going to be very similar to my low views video where I theorized why it's happening. This one's going to be theorizing what can fix it. So it's just going to be a bunch of me rambling of different ways to possibly fix it, or, just things that you can do that might help. So got a list going, and I hope to do that next week. Cool. I was wondering if I can start doing this. I'm only 15. So you can. The problem is the tax stuff, because if you sell anything over $600, you're going to have to submit tax information. And if you're not 18, because that's the requirement on here, you're going to run into issues. People have done it, but let's say you submit a parent or somebody who is 18's social security number once you hit that limit. At that point, that income is their taxable income. And if anything goes wrong, it's on that person. They're held liable. It's like if they co-signed you for a car and then you stopped making the payments. It's like, well, that's just a really easy way to possibly put some friction in a relationship. So it's kind of, I don't really know what the best way to handle that is, to be fair. Yeah. Corey, you just started. Nice, man. Feel free to just shout out what you published if you want to, but it's okay if you don't. All right. What's good, bro? Watching from Australia. Oh, that's so cool to know, man. Thanks for telling me where. That's awesome. Has anyone's account been banned lately? I have heard of people's bans in the Facebook group, but it hasn't happened to me. But some people are saying it almost kind of feels like more and more people are getting banned again. So I don't know what that's about, but I'm hoping that that's not the case. It's like the current Facebook ban variant is going through and banning everybody again. All right. Gabby, has anyone... Okay, same question. It is literally the same question I reread. How to re-sign up for Marketplace or change name on shipping tax info. I don't know, because I haven't heard of anybody trying to do that, to be fair. Facebook Marketplace is so different in Australia, as there is no delivery option. But I just had one of my products pop off. It was the undercarriage pressure washer attachment and got 5,000 views. Hey, that's awesome. So you have to sell everything locally? Is that the deal? Where can I find the Facebook group? The Facebook group's always in all my descriptions in my videos, so feel free to look there. It might take you a second when you request access to it, but me or one of my admins should get that approved not too long. I would say as much, Rihanna. As much as you can, phrase it something like, I will start return to our warehouse. Cool. You really want to stray away from blatantly showing Facebook dropshipping. Yeah. Hey, Cameron. Hey, Annie. Welcome back. Low content is what you Google. What? I don't know what you said, Rihanna. Now I'm upset. All right. What niche of product should I list? That is totally up to you. I don't know if people are still having good luck with outdoor stuff. I know like during spring that was really good because people are heading into summer. I would imagine still though, like pool stuff and outdoor stuff. I know just like this person a minute ago said like the undercarriage sprayer washers for power sprayers. People are starting to, a lot of outdoor maintenance type stuff is probably going to be good because of I've had to do maintenance on all sorts of stuff around the outside of my house. It's just a random guess off the top of my head, but yeah. Oh, okay. Corey, you're starting to see the promotions option on Marketplace. So one of my accounts has promotions and one of them doesn't. What I believe, I haven't used it, but from my understanding, promotions basically allows you to run like discounts on all of your products if you want. But be careful using it because if you already have, like if you're doing that thing where you mark down individual products, it will mark it down even further from there. So like, some people will, let's say you sell something for 100, but you don't actually have to sell it for 100. You mark it as 100, and then you go back in and make it 80, so it looks like it's like like a $20 difference for a discount to make it look good. It'll mark it down from the 80, not the 100. So be careful if you're using it. But yeah, my main selling account doesn't even have that option still. All right. Eric, use parents' social with permission and have the parents 1099 you with tax liability. Eric's got the answer. Gabby, okay, my seller account hasn't been banned, but my personal account has been restricted for 3 days, which still won't allow me to message customers. Ouch. In Australia, without the delivery option, I just get them to bank transfer me the payment first, then pay for their item. It's a bit longer process, but payments come through instantly. Hey, whatever works. I love the workaround. Also, there's no need for tracking numbers or anything here in Australia. That's so awesome. I love it. Hello, Cameron. How are you doing? I'm doing great. How are you doing? I appreciate you stopping by. Since I'm at the end of the chat, I'm going to take me a drink. All right. I've said it in a few videos so far too, but just in case some of you haven't checked it in a while, you should go check your cancellation rate limits because on my newer account, my cancellation rate, like threshold, I have to stay below 5% cancellation rate. But on my old account, like what I used to talk about, it's still 10%. So I'm just going to keep bringing that up so that more and more people get to hear that. Make sure you double check what your new percentages are in case they've changed, because mine did on one of my accounts. So I've just been selling my personal stuff. Is there a reason to use a second account? Taylor, no, you don't really have to have a second account. Here's why I wanted a second account. I wanted to because I was making a YouTube channel talking about dropshipping. So a couple benefits to me having a second account were on my second account, I can now screen record without giving away too much personal information. Because, that way people who randomly come across my YouTube channel are less likely to find my personal Facebook page, which is what I started dropshipping on. Because my personal Facebook page is also linked to my actual business that I co-own here where I live, and I just didn't want those two worlds mixing too much, just for clarity. Also, on my second account, I could basically learn from the beginning because I had already forgotten things like how to set up the shipping and how to enter tax information and stuff like that. So I was able to go through and see how long and do kind of an experiment for how long it was going to take if somebody did set up a new account to get the shipping option and stuff like that. So that's why I have two. I didn't even really have a guarantee that I ever would have 2 successful accounts, because at the time everybody was telling me that was impossible. But here I am. I got 2 accounts and they both make sales. So, like the last time I did a live, I listed like a pride flag, and I've sold a couple of pride flags from the last time I actually showed you guys listing, which was kind of cool. Okay. Annie, should I turn Facebook Marketplace into an LLC or just a regular 1099? I just don't want to pay so much tax. So I can't remember if I talked about it in my taxes video, Annie, but talking to my accountant, you really don't have to have an LLC, and it really doesn't do anything for you. Reason being is because if your Facebook Marketplace is already set up, it's already tied to your social, and you can't really change that. So, like, I have an LLC for all of this, but honestly, I'm still going to get a 1099 regardless, because it will not tie together unless something changes to where they allow you to do that. But yeah, so having an LLC really isn't going to benefit you, and even if it did, from what I understand, it's still the same tax rate regardless. It's still self-employment tax, because you'd have to set up an LLC with a S corp, like registration basically, and I have a whole business LLC that I run, and I don't even have that as an S corp, because you have to make a certain amount of income and revenue before an S corp classification is actually beneficial for you. So yeah, I wouldn't bother. I wouldn't worry about it. Just don't add that extra layer to your stuff. Now, having an LLC might be helpful later when you want to get more tax exemptions and contacting wholesalers if you want to move into wholesale dropshipping, because at that point they're going to want you to have an LLC with a tax ID number, just to verify you're serious and stuff like that. Yeah. All right, Eric. Hey, Cameron. If I wanted to contact you directly about something, what's the best form to contact you? Facebook. Eric, in my videos, in my email is in my video descriptions, more towards the bottom. Feel free to email me there. I try to answer those as best as I can. Somebody just emailed me today with a simple question. I emailed them right back, like as soon as I saw it. So it all just matters with my day-to-day, between running my business and doing all of this stuff, just when I get free time to answer some of those emails. So that'd probably be the best route. And if you've already done that and I haven't responded, I'm sorry. Please try again. So if I get banned for whatever reason, will I lose access to my whole account or just Marketplace? Taylor, most of the time people just lose access to Marketplace. They lose access to their account, like their whole account, for like a whole of 10 minutes usually. And because you have to go in and basically change your password, because their automatic response to that is setting it up as if somebody was like fraudulently in your account. So you just have to get through that bull crap, and then you get your normal profile back. But then people are usually kicked up, like when they go to access Marketplace, they're suspended basically. And I do have videos where that happened to me, and I kind of go over what that looks like, if you want to go back and watch some of those videos later. What's up? Good. I'm so glad you finally actually get to join one of these. Our views back to normal. Haven't had time to list. Zapples, same. Views are not back to normal for me, and I haven't had time to list, so I don't know. But I've sold a few things in the last couple days, but they're the most random. So I'm assuming I'm not having the 0 views problem anymore, because I am selling stuff. Rihanna, you can choose individual products, either promotions. Actually, I have one really high selling on-hand product that is always okay. It's nice. Annie, yeah, that is what I thought about. Damn Uncle Sam. Cool. Where did you get your LLC from? P Luna. What's up, Gregory? I just started my LLC from my actual state's website. So I live in Kansas. In the past, I've already formed an LLC, formed another LLC, and formed a nonprofit for a local event here that I run in my city. So I was a little familiar with starting those things because I had to learn it anyway. But see you later, Taylor. Thank you. But you can just go to your state's, like, it's usually, the problem is my state, I swear, I don't know which one it is, but there's like 5 state websites and you never know. But to get an LLC, you got to basically register the name. You have to pay, in my state, it costs $160 to start an LLC. So I pay that. But I waited until I had enough profit of 160 to pay it, so I never have come out of pocket for any of this stuff. I did that. Then, as soon as I got the LLC formed, I go over to the IRS website and get an EIN. That's free, and I had my EIN within literally 30 seconds of doing that. So I hopped on my computer, got it all done in like 5 minutes. I just keep the paperwork, and that's really it. But I really don't do anything with it, so it's not really that beneficial, to be fair. All right. Jocelyn. I'm having trouble getting views all of a sudden. I was doing great 2 weeks ago. Jocelyn, I feel like this is one of those things. I'm assuming you watched my 0 views video that I released like 2 or 3 videos ago. I think this is just happening to a lot of people. Previously, everybody was getting banned, and it was kind of coming in waves. I think this is also kind of happening in waves. People are getting just like where they just get knocked out of views for like 2 weeks, and it's really sucks. How many items did you list before your first sale? Damn. I probably had 15 to 20 things listed before my first sale. I could be wrong. I'm pretty sure that's where I was. It took me like 3 or 4 days when I started to get my first sale. I wasn't one of those people that was like, my first day I made $100. No, that's not what happened. Requirements for LLC versus S Corp. So really, to start an LLC, there are no real requirements. You just got to have a name that nobody else is using, and you got to pay your state some money. I mean, literally anybody can open an LLC for any reason. All it is it basically creates an entity that's not a person, so that all the stuff can be part of this instead. So it's like, instead of just putting everything on me, I can start an LLC, which is just a thing that we made up and paid for, that our country just decides is cool, and then I can just put all assets underneath an LLC rather than myself. And I can have multiple people run it if I want. I know this isn't really what you're asking, but I'm just kind of going into my thoughts on it. You can turn the LLC as a classification for an S Corp. You can do that whenever. It's just like an extra piece of paperwork, really. The thing is, though, once you change to an S Corp as an owner, from my understanding, I'm not a tax professional, so whatever. But what I've been told and what I've educated myself online about, once you're an S Corp, that basically means that as an owner, like right now, I have an LLC and I pay myself just by writing myself checks out of the bank account for the business. And they're just called draws. But if I were to change it to an S Corp, I would then be my own W-2 employee. And I would get a W-2 at the end of the year as if I was employed by somebody else, but I'm actually employed by myself. And at that point, I have to take a salary, and I have taxes and stuff taken out up front. When you're not an S Corp, you just are responsible for being smart about the paychecks. Like, I don't have anything taken out of my paychecks unless I personally take that money and put it in a separate account later for myself. Like, that's kind of what it is. An S Corp's a little bit more professional version, but unless you have enough employees and you make enough revenue to justify the difference, because it does help you tax-wise a little bit, but it doesn't help until you reach a certain threshold of revenue, from my understanding. Could be wrong. Okay. God, that's boring for a lot of people, I bet. All right. I'm having trouble getting views all of a sudden. Okay, already did that. Okay, I have to show Living Right. I love that name. Always have. I hear you have discounted the course for $50 special for folks to get quick info to start up. Sweet. Hit that like button for Cameron, helping people starting out. Thank you. Yeah, I do. For any of you who are new, I know it can be annoying for people to talk about their courses. I even started my channel bashing courses. Trust me, hypocritical as hell. I get it. I do have a course, though, that I've made $150, but for the next couple days, it's been this way for like 3 days ago or 2 days ago. It's only $50, and that is in my description of this video. Even the coupon code's like June50, and basically you get my beginner course for like $50 instead of $150. So feel free. You don't have to. It's just if you want to learn a little quicker, it's all organized for you. But that's all. Thank you. All right, Shanksy. I have no idea how to do my state tax. Am I supposed to keep track of how much sales tax I owe, or does Facebook keep track for me? That's a great question. Shanxi. Okay, so I've talked to my personal accountant that runs this for me. I have already under this impression this is how it should work. What's cool about Facebook dropshipping is Facebook takes the taxes for sales tax from the customer, and then they never give it to you, which means you are never responsible for it. The only reason anybody is ever responsible for sales tax is if they're given sales tax. So since you're never the person holding the sales tax, I know this is my phone. Since you're never the person holding the sales tax, you're never responsible for giving that back to the government or the IRS. So Facebook handles that all for you because they would rather their sellers, I imagine, not have to get so confused, and they know that we're all stupid anyway, and they would never be able to trust us, and it would just be a huge headache. So you don't have to do shit for the sales tax. Pardon my language. Yeah, that's what's great about Facebook. Now, sometimes when you're, depending on how you sell on Amazon or eBay or other things, sometimes if you had a brick and mortar business even, if I sold you this pen and it had a little bit of sales tax, like 25 cents or something, well, now I've got random money that isn't necessarily what my product costs, and I gotta keep it in a bag until every quarter. I then have to be like, okay, government, here's that sales tax I've collected over the last 3 months. So no, you don't have to do anything for sales tax. Don't worry about that. Okay. Love your videos, by the way. Thank you, Jocelyn. Thank you so much. Annie, I don't even get pay, Cameron. I still have some little money sitting in another bank account. What do you mean, Annie? You mean you're not getting your Facebook payouts? Is that what you're talking about? How many product rejection/disapprovals does it take for a commerce policy full marketplace ban? I don't know. Is that a milestone you're trying to reach, man? Do you get a lot of those? Because I never get those anymore because I've learned what not to post. I would make sure you're posting nothing that is related to anything medical, because that's going to flag most of the time. Anything that's sexual. So one time I tried to post some drinking glasses that were the shape of like human bodies. Those got flagged and then weren't allowed to post those, so now I just don't even bother. Anything that has to do with drugs, any of that stuff, I just wouldn't post it, to be fair. Post simple stuff. That's boring. It's your way to go. All right. How many sales a day are you having after the low views happen? Right now I'm having like 2 or 3 sales a day, which is actually high compared to what I was getting a few weeks ago. Annie, I'm still looking for a full-time job. Anyone who has a job to recommend, please let me know. I am here to promote myself. Annie, you promote yourself away. That's totally cool with me. You go for it. Bots flag stuff for animal sales like fishing lures. That's surprising to me. But I'm curious if it's because of like the hooks and stuff, I guess. I don't know. Maybe it is just because of the animal stuff. So that's unfortunate. I have sold like fishing pole holders though, like racks that hold fishing poles. Haven't had issues there, but I can see that. Nothing is more annoying than the notifications that say you have an order. It's like, quit tricking me. I know I have an order. All right. Jorge, I have multiple orders. Then I was supposed to get paid 2 weeks ago, and I do not know what to do about it. Should I just keep waiting? You have multiple orders. Okay. I'm assuming those have successfully had tracking numbers input for them. And I'm assuming that they are either a FedEx tracking number, a USPS tracking number, or a UPS tracking number. As long as you put real tracking numbers in there, you should be paid 5 days, business days, after the item was delivered. If anything goes wrong, even if you did perfect, then it's going to be 20 days from the time the item was purchased. So I still have stuff that's way past 30 days. I have one item that's $250 they're holding, which means like you know, I've already paid for the item, I've done this stuff, it's already run its course over, and it's still sitting pending in my orders, and I've reported it and done all sorts of stuff. It's $250 that they have not released to me, that is just held in limbo right now, and it was a perfectly normal thing, and I don't know what that's all about, but maybe that's what's happening to you. Hey world, what's the best way to keep track of how much you owe your credit card and separating it from your profit when a bunch of money is just rolling in your bank account? All right, I think I made a video on this. It's definitely in my course, but I'm going to talk about it right here. Get yourself, if you haven't already, a separate bank account. It changed everything, because then whatever's sitting in your bank, because then when I do my round to just double check all my numbers are correct, I get to check my spreadsheet, and I write that down. I reference what my profit number on my spreadsheet is. Then I log into my credit card. So I go to like chase.com and log into my credit card and just take the number that's sitting as my balance. I'll take that number, and then I will write that down, just because I like to write stuff down. And then I will also like open that up and see what my pending balance is for the stuff that's still getting, you know, pushed through the system. I will add those two together, and that's basically my negative, right? That's like what I owe. Then I will go to my Facebook account, and I will look at my pending sales number. This used to be a lot better because that pending sales number was accurate. Now I swear nobody's pending sales number is accurate because of misled sales and stuff. But either way, that's all we have to work on. I will take the pending sales number, write it down as a positive, and then I will also take any pending orders that are purchased, because those aren't showing up on your pending balance until you put tracking numbers in. And even then, once you put a tracking number in, they take a second. So I'll add those up manually if there's few enough. And then I will basically have what my credit card is and what my Facebook account has. So it's a negative and a positive. Then I go to my bank account, because I only have one bank account for all my dropshipping. That's the only stuff that goes in there, so that it doesn't get confusing. I can just take that total number, add it to my positive, and I subtract my negative from my positive, and that's what my current total is. Like that's how I know what I have left over from what I am owing credit cards, basically. I hope that makes sense. I keep it that way so that it's as simple as possible for me, because I don't like to mess with it. Okay. Okay. P. Luna, what about the sales tax when you purchase the item off Amazon or eBay? Is that something to worry about for your future taxes? That's also a great question. Okay, so if you're not tax exempt, which most people aren't, totally okay that you're not. It's just part of your markup at that point. So the only thing that you really even need to think about for your sales tax that you personally pay when you order an item is, as long as you have a spreadsheet where like the spreadsheet video I have, there's a section in my spreadsheet that I have in there that I mark how much a sales tax was if I was charged sales tax. At the end of the year, when you're doing your taxes, you can take that total number of all the sales tax you've paid and you can write it off against your profit. That's why I would keep track of it. That's basically all you can do with it at that point, is write it off against your profit. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. Andrew, do you have a full-time job, or is it dropshipping your full-time gig? So, Andrew, if you're new, I have a whole business where I live that I started and co-own with a partner of mine that I've been friends with since I was like in middle school. And it's like a videography business and photography and all that kind of stuff. So I do stuff for like local businesses, like even our zoo here we make videos for. Like corporate videos, all sorts of stuff, which is why I have equipment to do a YouTube channel and everything. That is basically my full-time gig, but I also own it, so I work from home. It's not a big deal. And then this thing is like a side thing. I would say YouTube's almost bigger than my dropshipping stuff. So I got my actual business. I have a local event that I run here that only matters for part of the year. Then I have YouTube, the dropshipping itself, and like one other thing that's less of a big deal. But now dropshipping is not necessarily my full-time thing, but it's definitely now a huge piece of what my income is. Okay. Well, Scout, seriously, I get so excited, and then I find out that I don't. LOL. I already forgot what that comment was about. Dang it. Okay, thank you for your help and patience, bro. Watch your vids all the time. Thanks. Yes, it even says delivered on Facebook. Jorge, what did you say before? Yeah, if it says delivered, then, I mean, yeah, I would just wait it out. Sometimes that stuff just takes for all, and you have to account for weekends, because weekends don't count. What's up? Annie, I listened to Cameron, so I got Amazon credit card, and I opened up another online account like Cameron said, and then separate them. Yes, Annie, perfect. That's what I did. So I got my Amazon credit card. That's pretty much all I use. Even if I'm not buying stuff on Amazon, I use that card just to keep things simple. Also, the Amazon credit card that I use, I don't have an affiliate for it because I don't get any reference for it at all. So I'm not trying to sell you on it. But it gets you 5% on everything you buy on Amazon. So like usually at the end of the month, I get like 200 extra bucks. Like I can just like let my wife use, or I can use to buy something cool. Muhammad, how much total cost of FBMFOX? Okay, so I'm supposed to be, right now I should be making a video instead of doing a live over FBMFOX. That should come out tomorrow around noon. But I'm going to have to wait until the morning because I don't have all the information. I can't, right now the prices of FBMFOX are a certain amount, but they're going to change tomorrow. And it's going to be a huge update tomorrow for FBMFOX that I'm super excited about. And they're about to get very, very competitive with all of the other softwares. So be on the lookout for that. By the way, FBMFOX is not, I'm not affiliated. Like I have an affiliate link and I get commission if you sign up using my code and stuff. But I don't like co-own FBMFOX. I'm not a partner in it. So just so you know, when I talk about it, it's not because of that. It's just because I'm a normal affiliate and I'm an affiliate because I actually like it and I use it. So that's what that's about if you guys are ever curious. Okay. Next. Shanksy, at the moment I'm doing very well on Facebook. I'm thinking about quitting my day job at Starbucks. I'm a little scared though. Thoughts? Shanksy, I got so many thoughts about that. All right. I almost made a video the other day that had nothing to do with dropshipping, which you guys should start preparing yourselves for. Please do not unfollow my channel because I will start slowly making more videos that have nothing to do with dropshipping. They will be about getting out of debt. They will be about motivation and stuff like that, if I can even swing that kind of vibe. But, Shanksy, I'm all for you quitting your job. Having a job sucks. I'm sorry, all of you, if you guys have a normal day job. I had one forever. Who knows, I may have one in the future. But I think we can all agree most of the time a day job sucks. 80% of America hates their job. Sorry. So, starting this side hustle and really taking it seriously has opened up a lot of opportunity for people. And it's kind of weird because it's just this little stupid thing we learn online, but it really can give you some money. The issue though is I've tried to get some people to start drop shipping when I started, but then I backed off encouraging people to do it in my personal life who weren't already pursuing it. You know, like I'm definitely down for people who are already looking online to start it. It's definitely cool. But at the moment, I can't promise anybody that you will be doing it in 2 months or 3 months. I know I have, but I mean, right now, I'm not making a bunch of money from drop shipping. I'm making most of my online side hustle money from this, which is YouTube, from the ad revenue that you guys patiently deal with, and affiliate marketing stuff. So like when you do use my codes for stuff, that gives me a little bit of a commission, and that adds up over the month. Like that's where I'm making my money because Facebook has dropped off so harsh for me. But it comes back and then it goes back down and it comes back and it's this big wave. So it's unreliable for me, but a lot of people, they make so much money doing it. It's just still in its infancy and it's just not reliable. But I mean, I started because a guy reached out to me because I made my first YouTube video about starting it because I wanted more money and my business was having a hard time because of like it was winter and COVID and all that stuff, and I just wanted a side hustle to supplement my income. And it worked out really good. Worked out great. But right now, from my personal accounts, it's not doing so hot. But other people are making $8,000 a month. I mean, it's really whatever effort you put into it. And I say I'm not making much money on it right now, and 90% of that is my own fault. I don't list as consistently as I tell you guys you should. I don't practice what I preach for most of the stuff some days, because I get up and I have 2 other businesses to work with. So a lot of the time I put more emphasis on YouTube than I do on the dropshipping, which is kind of stupid on my part. But I know I'm just ranting now, but definitely start it. Or I guess you have started it, but give it a little bit. Work at Starbucks a little bit longer. Whenever people, I had a guy I used to work with that really wanted to quit his job, and I said, look, man, people can encourage you to quit your job all you want, which I'm going to do. I'm going to encourage you to do it. But those people aren't responsible for your bills. So only do it when you feel comfortable to do it. I'm all about inspirational leaps being taken and all sorts of stuff, but at the end of the day, you realistically have to survive, and only make those jumps when you feel comfortable. I waited 7 years to quit my job to start my other business, and I wish I would have done it earlier, but I know that I couldn't have done it earlier no matter how much I wanted to, because I had to make the money work. That's it. Hopefully that helps. Obviously, I have thoughts on that. All right. I love the spreadsheet. Nice. Hey, world, when do you pay your credit card back for all the product costs you owe? Honestly, I just do it whenever... Okay, so most of the time what I do, if my balance has more money than what my credit card balance shows, like my balance in my bank account, because I keep them separate, I don't have a dropshipping bank account mixed with my personal finances, because that would get super confusing. What I do is I just pay it off like twice a month, maybe even just once a month. I just try to keep that damn thing paid off, and then at the end of the month, I let the profit build up to whatever... I let my bank account build up to whatever the profit says on my spreadsheet, and then I take all the profit that my spreadsheet says once that number reaches what my profit number shows. I hope that makes sense, because since it's a revolving door, it's never just all there. You just have to pick a time and do it to collect your profit. So hopefully that makes sense, like I said. Skater. Hey Cameron, what do you think is a good number for views when I first list an item? I know an item's hot if I've got 500 views in the first hour. Maybe even the first 30 minutes. If you've got 100 views in the first 30 minutes, that's probably good too. But, I mean, pretty much if you post in the morning or post and you check it a day from when you post it and it's only got 12 views, move on. It will sell eventually probably, but it's not going to be a hit. How many views should I be getting after like an hour of posting? Okay, yeah, that's what I talked about. I mean, some of my hit items that I talk about when I do my monthly videos of like, ooh, these are my hit items. A lot of the times, those all have in common, in the first hour, I've got like 1,000, maybe even 3,000 views. All right. Well, Scout, I was talking about the emails that say you have an order. Well, Scout. Oh, I gotta go up. Well, Scout. I'm assuming I asked you what the hell you were talking about earlier, and now I go, okay. Seriously, I get so excited. Oh, okay. Well, Scout, I'm on the same page. Yes, I hate those things, man. Are you concerned of getting your Facebook accounts banned for having 2 profiles, aka community standards violation? Andrew, I was concerned about that, but it's been that way for months and months now, and nothing's happened. So, and both accounts have already been banned once at different times. So that's what everybody told me was going to happen, and it hasn't happened. So I have no clue if I even need to care. Any results on promoting listings? I promote every once in a while, but I don't do it a bunch. But I have had results doing it. Yes. I hate job. Sucks. Nice, Annie. Andrea, have views consistently dropped for you over the past couple of weeks? Yes, I've noticed views have been really bad on most of my new products I've listed. Yeah, Andrea, if you haven't already, one of my last videos is all about me talking about no views, and I'm definitely having that. Thanks for watching my videos. Side Hustle Guy. Hey, Cameron, are you considering dropshipping on the other platforms in the future? Yeah, I have. I do plan on doing that so that I can talk about them and teach you guys about it, what I experience at least. I have listed a couple things on Mercari just to kind of feel it out. And I did sell something on Mercari and then forgot to check it. And then it got canceled. The item was out of stock anyway, but yeah. So I do. In fact, I listed one item the other day. I'm going to go check it. See if it has any views. I think I listed it yesterday or the day before. Let's see if it has any views. It's got 14 views and 1 like. So probably not that great of an item. Also, I use stock photos, which everybody who dropships on Mercari basically says don't do that. So, all right. Sir, how much you make through YouTube channel? So I did make a video after my first month talking about exactly how much I made through my affiliates, through YouTube itself. So the way... Wealth Scout. Okay, same. So I did make a video about it. I do plan on making more, though, because I feel like people are kind of interested in it, because it is kind of interesting, and then for people who want to start YouTube channels. But, like this month... Here, let me find it. I might even share it on my screen, because I shared it in my video the last time. I don't think there's any personal information on here. Okay. Let me share this. Why not? Window capture 2. Is this what we want? Sweet. Okay. Let me see. Sorry, I got to figure out how to make this smaller. My bad. All right. Let's make this window smaller. Oh no. Sorry guys. I'm not that great with OBS, which is what this is. Window capture. One moment. I gotta teach myself how this works. Okay. So this is what my ad revenue basically is. So that's for June. This is what I've made from YouTube advertising. Yeah, and sorry, this is I wonder if I can get this out. Okay. So, one moment. Sorry, I gotta do multiple windows to do this, and it's really confusing. All right. Okay. Oh, hold on. Okay. So for June, I have made a total of $12.30, and this is what you can see the last 3 months have looked like. So I got monetized right at the end of April. And this is what I made in May. Hopefully you can see that. And then this is what I've made for June. And today's the last day of June, so that's what I'll make most likely. And you can kind of see every time I make a video, it kind of spikes a little bit. You guys nobody really likes my lives, so they never make any money. But stuff like this, yeah. That's what it looks like. Let's get back to this. Okay. Ronald, love how views go down for a week, then 2 random stellar days. Yeah. I've been doing Facebook since February. This was my best month. I did 3K. I'm on track to do 7K profit next month. Shanksy, that's awesome, man. I hit almost 3K, and then I dropped down to $200 one month. So if you're consistently having sales and making money, man, that's awesome. What's your most expensive product? I mean, I've listed stuff for right at the threshold of $500 before. Counting shipping and stuff. But the actual product itself probably costs $300. But I don't sell it. Really, the most expensive thing I've sold is listed on Facebook for $255. And it actually sold a bunch. But it's out of stock. It's my best item. It's out of stock. And it's the most expensive. And when I buy it, I only have to pay $120 for it. So I make over $100 every time somebody buys one. And there was some times where I was selling a couple of those a day. It was nice. Probably get off here soon, just so everybody knows. Warning. Okay, Jocelyn, I don't get no views. I get like 1 to 10 though, which is crazy because I was getting 3 to 4K a few weeks ago. Can't wait till it goes back to normal. Same. Experienced a random ban this morning. Now I'm stuck on manual review with the concierge. Yeah, every once in a while somebody's still getting those bans, and I don't really understand it. But yeah, Jake, I really like it, but it's literally been sold out since like the beginning of May. It's like my best seller. Ugh. All right. Okay. Hey world, when you pull out your profit out of your bank account, are you pulling out last month's profit since all your profit hasn't added up, since you are still getting sales that month? So like let's say this month, right? Let's say my spreadsheet says I have $1,000 of profit. It doesn't. I really haven't drop shipped that much this month. But let's say, I have $1,000. Sorry, I'm getting off track because I'm reading comments. What I will do is once the end of June happens and I move into July, I will, however long it takes into July before my bank account, after paying some stuff off, once it hits $1,000, I'm pulling the trigger and pulling out my profit for June. That's how I'm doing it. And then I will go back to normal for letting it build up and paying off cards and letting it build up again and doing all that. And then once July ends, I will wait into August. And then as soon as the bank account hits what my profit says I should have for July, pull that out. That's what I do. Dude, sorry to throw you a curveball. Seriously, Pick Click is free. Check it out. 2 plus helps the folks. What do you mean? What's Pick Click? What is that reference to? Sorry, I need to know. Cameron, so you believe making YouTube videos is better to make profit, but the tech skills very difficult and editing also complicated. What do you say to this? Okay, and I believe somebody else asked about starting a channel. Or, yeah, you said, okay, oh my god, it's awesome, $1,200 thinking about launching one. Not bad. So, YouTube is awesome, but it also hates you. So, to get monetized on YouTube, you have to make it to 1,000 subscribers, which is very difficult. I've had in my life this is probably like coming up on my somewhere between 5 to 8 YouTube channels, and this is the first one I've ever gotten past 1,000 subscribers. Part of that is because I got in at just the right time when Facebook was getting bigger with marketplace dropshipping. And it's really hard to niche yourself down and stay talking about Facebook. When I started this channel, it actually already existed 2 years ago. But I talked about getting out of debt and credit cards and stuff like that. And nobody gave a crap. So I gave up on it. And then I found dropshipping and decided, like, you know what? I can't find any of the information. And I know other people are looking for this information, and they're not getting it from the really big people because they're really selling their courses and really trickling information at you to get you to buy stuff, which is totally cool. That's how business works. But so I just started making my own videos, and I still try to put valuable stuff out there. But yeah, anyway, it took me 3 months to get 1,000 subscribers, which to me is like unheard of to me. It happens to people, but that's like crazy. A lot of people, it takes a couple years to get 1,000, depending on what their topic is. So I just happen to really utilize my stuff, and I kept a certain style. I really haven't changed it much. You guys have, anybody who's been with me from the beginning, I basically have been staring at this camera at this angle, or I've been looking at a camera that I set up right here instead, and it's looking at the window behind me. So, and even then, I plan on updating my background, making it more YouTube-y and crap like that, which is kind of annoying, but it's difficult. But I encourage you to try. And on top of that, the algorithm really encourages you to post as much as possible. Since I work from home already, it's very easy for me to do it. Also, another thread on top of that makes it more likely that I was going to do it is that my other business is a videography business. So I've got, like, the camera I'm staring into, I mean, my whole setup is like, I don't know. It can range anywhere between like $6,000 to $8,000 depending on what I'm using. Like my camera alone with the lens is like $5,000. So it's like $5,000 worth of stuff, and that doesn't even include the monitor and the editing software and my computer and the lights and microphone. Like that's not even included in that. So I just happen to already have that stuff because those are tools I use in my business every day, and that took me years with my business partner of not making any money in our business to slowly accumulate and get. Now, you don't have to have all that stuff, but YouTube notices when you do, and they will put your videos in front of other people's videos. And then the SEO aspect and the titles and the thumbnails, knowing how to edit those properly and doing all that stuff. Like my thumbnails are still just now getting better from what they were. So it's such a process. And then at the same time, now I wake up every day like, crap, I haven't put a video out today. I try to get a video out every other day, like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And with my other obligations, sometimes it gets stressful because I don't want to miss a day. Because if I do, you kind of get penalized for missing your schedule. So it's a commitment to do the YouTube thing and mean it. So that's what I'm saying. I love doing it, and even then, when I posted my earnings from YouTube, other YouTubers saw my YouTube earning videos and were like, dude, those earnings don't even make sense. So they said they were really good, but most people, I guess, don't have that same ratio of like views to money. A lot of people who get my same amount of views actually make less money. But because of the topic I'm talking about, advertisers can really pay a lot for them, and it probably won't last that long. I've noticed I actually make less money than I did last month for the same amount of views. Because I had one of my biggest videos I released the other day. My biggest amount of views in the first 24 hours made less money than a video that got half the amount of views last month. So I don't know. I love it though. Okay. And you just have to be able to talk on camera and not care, which is it's a lot harder than a lot of people realize. I don't mind it because I've been making videos for like most of my life, but it's really hard for some people. Okay. Thanks for letting me rant about that. Ugh. Sorry. Okay. But yeah, you also on top of that, I didn't even touch this. You also you have to know how to edit stuff. My videos don't have too much editing in them, but if you don't know how to edit, you're kind of just stuck. Please do not stop making lives. Jorge, I want to do more lives. I'm going to try to do it more often. Do you spy on competitors? Andrew, like dropshipping competitors? No. To be fair, I wouldn't even know where to find them. I mean, I guess I can go I can search items that I have. Whenever I do that, I've just noticed that it just discourages me from listing, so I just don't do it for my own mental health. I'm still trying to good item because I'm not getting any views, barely any sales. Yeah. Lawrence, how many items are you listing a day on average? Lawrence, right now I'm not listing anything. You should promote your videos on TikTok. I want to start a TikTok, but I'm already getting too old to know how to use TikTok. I know Daniel does TikTok, or did TikTok, and that I don't know if he still does. But that literally converted like 1,000 or so more people over from TikTok. And Daniel, if you're watching this, thanks for sharing that information with me. Annie, you're the best. Annie just did a super chat, everybody, for $3. Thank you so much. She's actually the only person who has ever given me a super chat, because the first one I ever got was hers, and this is not my second one. So thank you so much, Annie. All right. Thanks, Annie. Okay. What was I saying before Annie interrupted me with her awesome donation? Okay. Okay. Definitely seen when people who have much more subs and views make less money than you do dropshipping is an awesome topic. I know, man, and it's not going to last forever, but right now, I think I just swooped in right at the right moment, got monetized just in time, and really started taking off with that, because it's been nice. Now, also, for those of you who are interested in the YouTube stuff, like, what I make this month, so you know how I said, like, $1,200 for this month or whatever, I won't get that money until the 21st of July. That's how sorry, there's a hair. that's how their payment stuff works through AdSense. So like the money I made this month was actually from like May. So it takes a little bit, just like how a lot of stuff works. But how do you feel when someone steals your winning item? I'm used to it because I give away my winning items each month in my videos. So my winning items at max are winning items for like 20 days because once I find them, I give them away most of the time. But yeah, it sucks. It does suck. Yeah, that's how I found Daniel. Oh, you found Daniel through TikTok? Nice. Down here in Canada, I've been Facebook without the shipping option. Nice, man. It's weird that you say down here in Canada because to me, you should say up here in Canada. But I know that doesn't make any sense to you, probably. Like, why would you say that? Annie, I'm sorry this is all I can do, Cameron. Annie, what are you talking about? That's great. Thank you so much. I don't expect anything from you, so thank you. I love it. I really appreciate it. I'm telling you, I had TikTok blow up overnight with 200,000 views. That's what's crazy about TikTok, man. I know it's Jocelyn. I know I said man, but I just meant in general. TikTok, you can blow up overnight. Like, it's crazy just because of the amount of interaction that's on there. I really need to do it, but I hate editing because I do editing for a job, like my business. I like actual video editing, which is another like reason there's no excuse why I shouldn't do TikTok. I hate editing stuff on a touch screen. Like, I can't imagine being like, okay, I gotta drag this and select it. Like, I just am really not great at it. So, but I need to do it. Cameron, I noticed that on my phone is not the same as the one on the laptop computer. What's up? Frank, yeah, that's one of the dumbest things about this whole Facebook Marketplace dropshipping situation is that there will be different options on your phone than the computer. So if you want to check certain things, you have to like go to your phone to check it. And if you want to do other things, you have to go to the computer. It's the dumbest thing. Yeah, so you're not alone there. Everybody's just kind of gotten used to it. So they just try not to talk about it because it makes us sad. Don't worry about sharing. It comes back. Karma. You're right, Annie. It has come back. That's why my YouTube channel works. You're right. Jorge, God bless you for giving us your winning items. Thank you. I was actually going to do winning items soon. But I don't really have that many right now. So I only have like 3. But how many items are you listing a day? None right now. What about Clubhouse for podcasts? Can we monetize it? Annie, I haven't used Clubhouse yet. I get what it is, but I haven't actually used it. Yeah. So I'm not quite sure. I do have a podcast that has nothing to do with dropshipping that's on YouTube with my business partner that I talk about doing the video stuff. And we haven't done one in forever, but we're thinking about doing it again. We have a whole other YouTube channel that is podcast, and it's probably more offensive and less clean because we like cuss and talk about topics that are probably inappropriate and all sorts of stuff. But that is a thing, just so you know. I might in the future, if me and him start doing those again, mention it every once in a while to see for those of you who like don't really care about the dropshipping stuff and are just interested of listening to something in the background. Yeah. How many listings do you have? I have no clue. Hundreds. How many items were you listing previously? I like to list like 8 a day. I shoot for 10 and then I get burnt out at like 7. And I'm like, okay, 1 more, and I do 8 like it's super hard because I'm lazy as hell, and then I stop there. Have you ever overcome the Amazon shipping to Facebook Marketplace tracker? I don't know what that is. Sorry. Annie, I don't understand it. Would you want to do a YouTube? Oh, Annie, would you share how to do it? Okay. Oh, thanks, Scott, for answering that question. That makes sense. Sorry, I just misunderstood the question. What's good, D? So, Annie, yeah, the podcast is kind of weird because I haven't, like, you can't see it, but over here, there's a table with, like, audio foam on the walls and microphone arms and, like, some, like, little audio mixer on the table and stuff. And it is kind of confusing because if you want to do it right, you have to have, the equipment for the podcast alone is another, like, probably almost $1,000 that we have on this table over here for podcasting. And it's like, it just makes sure the audio is clear, headphones, all that stuff. So it's like a whole thing. Are you using stock photos or review? Right now I'm playing with both. Jake, that's like me. I never reached 10. Yeah, I get so lazy. I try to wake up in the morning. Lately, I've been drinking like iced coffee in the morning. So like I'll get up, I'll sit down, I'll be like, okay, I'm just going to list 10 things that should not be hard. I literally tell other people to do it for a living now. Like, let's do it. And then I start listing and I'm like, oh, this item sucks. Or, oh, man, nobody's going to buy this. And I get in my own head, but I list it anyway. And then I was doing the whole VA thing and that didn't work out. I need to get back into it. But my account wasn't as profitable, so I'm like, you know what? I should really wait until I get my account up and running to full steam again before I mess with VAs, so I can take some more risk. But I'm like, what is going on? I cannot list for the life of me because then I start answering normal work emails and it's just a whole mess. Okay, stock or review photos gives you more views. People have a bunch of opinions on that, and a lot of people say it doesn't even matter. So I don't really know if it matters or not. I know I made a video about it, but that was kind of just because it was popular at the time. That's what everybody was talking about, but I still have yet to see proof that one works over the other on Facebook. I think it really has to do more with more and more people are getting in here, so it's finding items that people aren't listing. Because if you think about it, if I only spend 10 minutes looking for an item, chances are 100 other people did that same method. They found that same exact path and listed the same thing. So, and they might have even already had it listed a month ago. So it's just, you got to find winning items, and it's just getting a little bit more difficult, which is totally fine. Okay. Is location a vital role? I don't really know. I don't think it is, really. Because the whole shipping option opened up, and that was supposed to eliminate that problem. The most views I had on one item, I think I hit like 20,000. I can't remember. I've heard people doing way more than that, though. Maybe I had way more. It's been so long. I don't know. Anyway, guys. It's 6 p.m. where I live, so I need to get off because I gotta clean my house. I gotta answer some more emails for my actual other stuff. Yeah, we need to find a way to hack into Facebook Marketplace. All right, you heard it, guys. Annie said, let's all pull together and hack Facebook Marketplace. We're gonna end it right there, Annie. Thank you. Yeah, get to hacking, everybody. Start Googling how to hack. Thanks so much, guys. I will see you next time as I look off camera.